who needs to hear this to really have some effect and make some change. And by the way, I asked the same question to Ed McMahon, who's a ULI senior fellow, when he was here a few weeks ago, and he sort of avoided the issue by saying both, so that answer isn't available. Or at least who's the first best audience, or how do you sort of get this out there to have some effect?
Well, I honestly believe the best audience is everybody, and the cost burden of getting it to everybody is a big one, and that's a heavy lift. So the question is, what can you do within reasonable limits? In Salt Lake, we actually had a newspaper insert that summarized all the numbers and asked people to just mail back cards with their thoughts. People like to be engaged, they like information, and then they like the chance to send in feedback. And then we publish the results of all it was almost like a survey, a regional survey. So there are techniques like that. There's online stuff that you can do to spread it. I like the idea that it's ubiquitous. And maybe it needs to be simplified. For each venue, communication venue needs to be thought through. There's another thought. I think everybody's now thinking about what next steps is what you're really asking about. Not just how do you reach everybody, but what's the logical next step? And, it may be that there are some case studies that need to be done. It's a little abstract, the planned future and what is compact and what is the focused future. And, unfortunately, once again, for people in this room, I think you get it, but the average person, that often gets misconstrued. What do these things really mean? What do they look like? What do they feel like to live in? And so some case, deeper, a little drill down on case studies sometimes is good. Working with one or two local cities that want to be pilots and say, do a more detailed plan and do the analysis on those detailed plan using the tools that we have. So there's several roads forward, I think, at this point. And I think that our steering committee is just going to have to sort that out.